Out with the old and in with the new. Amber has finally fired her incompetent and comedic attorney, Elaine Bredehoft. But from what her new lawyer has said, it seems like he isn't too happy to be working with Amber either. So, will he leave too? Amber Heard hired new legal counsel to appeal the verdict in Johnny Depp's defamation trial. A spokesperson for the actress announced she retained David L. Axelrod and Jayward Brown of law firm Ballard Spahr to lead her counsel. Ben Rottenborn will continue as co-counsel, while Elaine Charlson Bredehoft will step down. But there is a twist in this tale. Amber Heard is switching legal counsel going into her appeal of the Johnny Depp defamation trial verdict, but her new attorneys don't seem too keen on representing her. The new lawyers are named David L. Axelrod and Jayward Brown, and they belong to the prestigious Ballard Spahr legal firm. This is what they had to say regarding taking on Amber's case. When it comes to protecting the fundamental right of freedom of speech, we look at the jury's decision, to paraphrase a famous quote, not as the beginning of the end, but merely the end of the beginning. They continued in the joint statement, "We welcome the opportunity to represent Ms. Heard in this appeal, as it is a case with important First Amendment implications for every American. We're confident the appellate court will apply the law properly without deference to popularity, reverse the judge against Ms. Heard, and reaffirm the fundamental principles of freedom of speech." From the look of things, it seems apparent that the new lawyer is not at all looking forward to fighting the case on behalf of Amber Heard. Even though there's no direct mention of them leaving, the statement indicates that these lawyers do not plan on continuing their partnership with Amber. There's no excitement or faith displayed here. Even though Amber has allowed Ben Rottenborn to remain as co-counsel on the case, she has gotten rid of the infamous Elaine Bredehoft. A different court warrants different representation, particularly as so much new evidence is now coming to light, a spokesperson from Heard said in a statement. Said Bredehoft, "This is the perfect time to pass the baton. I've pledged to Amber and her appellate team my complete cooperation and assistance as they move forward on a path to success." No matter how hard Amber's PR team tries to paint this as a mutual decision, it's obvious that Amber mistreated and fired Elaine. You can see this from these two statements made by both parties. This is one very huge reason why the new lawyers coming in won't continue to work with Amber. The way she got rid of Elaine after she stood up for her constantly, not only through the television media scrutiny and social media jibes, but also after the case when she fearlessly appeared on live television in front of millions to defend her. Despite knowing that Amber's evidence was falsified, Elaine still agreed to take on her case and give it her all to win it despite the mountain of evidence against Heard. The result was that Amber still fired her. This is not a good sign for any lawyer who agrees to take on Amber's legal work in the future, including this one. They'll have this in the back of their mind, but this is not the only reason. Another huge reason for them parting ways with Amber soon may be due to Amber's lack of financial stability. We all found out during the trial that Amber was not paying the hefty legal fees out of her own pocket. Her homeowner's insurance companies were paying it. But it now seems like Amber's source of free money is about to end. Amber Heard's insurance company is reportedly refusing to pay for the legal damages Heard owes Depp following their high-profile libel case. As per TMZ, Amber had a $1 million liability policy with the insurance company New York Marine and General Insurance Co. that covers all sorts of wrongful conduct, including defamation. However, under California law, an insurance company is not bound to pay anything if the insured committed wrongful, willful misconduct. The company has said that the jury passed their verdict and found that Amber had willfully and maliciously defamed Depp. So, the insurance company is refusing to cover the damages and is asking for a declaration from the judge based on the policy and the law that it's not responsible for bearing the expenses of Amber's legal bill. There's no way these highly qualified and expensive lawyers choose to fight her case without getting paid. They aren't just your average attorneys. They're the best of the best and come with a reputation that's earned, not given away for free. Attorneys Axelrod and Brown successfully defended the New York Times against Sarah Palin's defamation lawsuit earlier this year. They've been lauded by the entire legal community for their skills and approach. New York civil lawyer William Newman told the Post that Axelrod and Brown's maneuvers in Palin's case against the Times signal the type of strategy the legal team will use in Heard's appeal. The lawyers had focused on trying to prove that statements made about the 2008 Republican vice presidential nominee in a Times piece weren't made with actual malice, which is a higher legal standard applied to cases involving public figures. By selecting a lawyer that famously made the argument in the Sarah Palin case, that tells me that actual malice is going to be something that they're going to likely focus on in this appeal, Newman said. I think it's a good choice, Newman said, of hiring Axelrod and Brown. Ballard Spahr is a well-regarded firm. She's in good hands. He isn't the only lawyer singing their praises. Texas civil lawyer Catherine Lizardo, who followed the trial closely, said she expected the change in the legal team and noted it would benefit Heard. This is a good move for her because it would give her a different point of view legally from trial counsel, Lizardo told the Post. Appeal lawyers are a different breed of attorneys who are experts in the nuanced and specialty field of law, Lizardo explained. If Amber Heard did not hire an attorney that was familiar with the appellate system, then she would lose, she said. Lizardo also noted that it takes a certain demeanor to argue an appellate case, which in Virginia only allows for each side to speak for 15 minutes before a 3-judge panel. Elaine Bredehoft's style at trial and her time management issues wouldn't work for appeal, Lizardo said. We saw when Elaine would ramble on or argue unrelated matters, and that would be very detrimental if she argued similarly in front of the court appeal judges. Former California Appeals Court judge and current criminal defense attorney Halim Dahindina told the Post that hiring new lawyers for an appeal is routine and has many upsides, including gaining the expertise of an appellate lawyer and getting a fresh set of eyes on the case. A trial lawyer is almost too close to the issue, Dahindina said, whereas an appellate specialist might be able to look at what happened in the lower court record and have perhaps a different perspective or a different strategy of how they might be successful on appeal. What an attorney might want to do at the appellate level is perhaps second-guess some of the strategies or actions taken by the trial attorney, and the attorney who handled the trial would obviously not be in a position to be critical or to second-guess their own actions, the former judge noted. It is very clear from these statements made by reputable judges that this legal firm is highly regarded and not one to take work lightly. Not only will they refuse to represent someone who isn't able to pay her dues, but they will also deny representing her once they find out how much evidence she's faked. This, in addition to her treatment of her former lawyer together, will soon make Amber's new lawyers leave her too. But what did the netizens have to say about Amber's new lawyers? Let's take a look. One user tweeted, "If hiring a new lawyer for appeal isn't noteworthy, publicly firing your trial is. What does it mean? If Amber thinks she can win a new trial based on Elaine's incompetence, she's going to be deeply disappointed." Another person had an interesting theory regarding Amber's new tactics, writing, "Amber Heard and the missing baby? Did the turd flee the country? She sold her house, has no job, is contemplating suicide according to Eve, and Turd supposedly has a boatload of new lawyers she's too broke to pay for? I think it's time to investigate MSM." Yes, it's his legal team's fault she's on tape admitting to hitting and berating him for wanting to leave. Their fault she was previously arrested for assaulting her ex-wife. Everyone's fault but Amber's. She literally had her new PR firm in the courtroom, but go off, lol, added another. Finally, this fan said, "Watch AH stands try to say Amber didn't fire Elaine. They'll try to spin it as if it was Elaine's choice to move on, because they lie. They'll say anything to paint AH in a better light. Rottenborn is still on, though." That's it for today. Do you think Amber's new lawyers will leave her soon too? Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you again with more updates on everything. Goodbye!